Just need you to know that I do not have a lot of narrative notes here. I have a lot of feelings, and my pen was burrowing a hole into the pad when I was writing. So I'm going to need you to take the lead on the beat by beat. So I don't have a whole lot of notes.
I got it. I'm loaded up.
Gross. I don't need to know about your private life.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
What private life? We have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is season 3, episode 12. Dare I say, one of the best episodes of this franchise yet. I think I may have to eat my words and this is going to get the silver medal next week because, whew, man, it's looking real tight.
I can't wait. My first note, I do like to show the camera. Mm-hmm. Is this the best up yet? Is the first thing up here. I think as of right now, this is, I get iffy on the dummy sometimes, but I'm very happy that I'm enjoying this cultural, juggernaut that you've shown me. And I'm ready to save this in a time capsule for future generations now. And this may be the episode I tell people about. If I want somebody to get into it, dude, check this out. This is great.
Hopefully the internet still exists and our future generations will be able to access that. By the way, this is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast. I am Sundie, the pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert on most things. Mm-hmm.
That's right. I'm Jeff. I am the resident expert on the service industry side of things, which sometimes plays a part in this restaurant-based reality show. We get a little bit of it today. That's good. Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's loose. But yeah, okay. I'm ready to get into it.
So in order to give us some catch-up context, they were all in Miami. Everybody had such a good time. They were all getting along. Jax is starting to reach out to all his old girlfriends. Then Vale gets the ick. That's important as we go forward in this. Stassi, of course, is betrayed, and Katie is really sad. And as always, forever, in perpetuity, Kristen wants to break Tom and Ariana up.
Yeah, well, she needs to. And if she does, she and Tom can, of course, just simply get back together.
Yeah, that is the only
that would be it.
Barrier. That's the only barrier between these two living happily ever after. So we were just talking about Christina last week. You were feeling a little disappointed with her, remember, because she was just not acting sweet. She was acting real ugly, as my mom says. And I'm going to let you talk about our conversation, but I did write down they quote partying. We're partying tonight, right? I mean, that means cocaine, yes?
Well, party famously means cocaine. Do you party, but do you party? Two parties always make, you got to throw that in there. So partying could be just having some drinks and sexy Stassi coming out.
Well, that might be regional because party kind of unilaterally meant, let's hit up that white girl.
How about this? If you like to do coke and you say party, then it means that. If you don't and you say party, you just mean party.
Yeah. That's some dangerous crossovers too. But yeah, so sweet Christina's back, yeah? At least in this scene.
She's closer than the last couple of weeks for sure. She's trying to get sexy Stassi to come out. Everyone, of course, is back from Miami, including Katie, which sucks. According to Stassi, she's very annoyed and upset that Katie isn't the one that told her, she was going. Christina, luckily, points out, that was for her boyfriend, and I'm in an awkward middleman position here. Of course, Stassi only thinks well, that makes me feel like an asshole, her doing that. Sometimes when you say other people are making you feel like that, you just kind of feel like that. Yeah, and maybe she feels like an asshole because she's been a giant flaming asshole for the whole time this season.
This is not the first time in this episode that Christina is going to have to play the diplomat too, where she is sort of stating the obvious emotional counterpoint to it. Hey, she did have to, kind of kowtow to her boyfriend. Oh, but I did go to Reddit and I was looking at some of the things, and we are going to meet Patrick. Okay.
I thought so.
No spoilers. This is no spoilers. We are going to meet Patrick at the end of this season, and I believe it goes really bad. And a lot of the things that we have been suggesting about Patrick and the way his dynamic with Stassi seems to be true. If anything is affecting her mood lately and possibly her alcohol bloat, I think we were right on the money for sure. So now that I'm looking at it through this lens, and I know that Patrick was like mildly, maybe emotionally abusive, maybe, had pitched a fit about being on the show. I'm looking at it a little different now. So I kind of wish I hadn't looked, but because I kind of want to be mad at her because this episode is bullshit. She is bullshit in this episode.
Be a blissful newbie like me is the way to go. Mainly Stassi is, acting like an angry teenager most of the time, which is pretty funny because she drops Christina off like a block from Sir, which is what you do like when kids are upset with their parents, like when they want to go to the mall, like just drop me down the road a little bit, like they think they just arrived at the mall from some other magical place besides
this
like
bitch wouldn't even drive around. Like,
no.
girl, drive around. And I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why they take this shit from Stassi. I mean, I guess Christina's the
They're
last
starting not
to do it. Yeah.
I mean, this is it.
But all along, though, up until now, I assume that Stassi did not take a heel turn all of a sudden. It seems like, this is who she is, and they've been friends, up until then. So why would this person get to move through the world just being so cranky and gross like this? Which I guess
say let's put a pin in that one for a minute because I think it'll come up. It'll come up again. Yeah.
All right.
We are into Sir once Christina gets in there. We got the whole crew back. We got Kristen ordering a wild drink. Somebody at her table says it, and then she goes, I believe it's a virgin strawberry neat, which I hope is just a strawberry juice that somebody ordered, but they didn't want to pussyfoot around, so they're having it neat, straight up. That strawberry. I don't know.
Drinking strawberry juice. And also, isn't it not so pulpy and mushy? It feels like
it's probably something else, but they said it twice like that. Yeah. So I just thought it was fun to bring up. We see Katie. We got Sheena, thanking Lisa, talking about the baller room they had. We have a Jackson Lisa moment again.
Just about to say that.
Every episode pretty much this year, we've got it.
And it kind of makes you want to look at these, like zoom out a little bit and kind of see who Lisa is leaning on for the tent poles of this show. Because you're right, they're always talking business. And so I think Lisa is starting to identify like who the helpers are, who is going to kind of like nudge things in a way. And Jax, absolutely. That is her go-to.
Yeah, what's great is too about this exchange, Lisa looks real happy and pleased, and you could tell she was kind of nervous. Like the crew's coming back, like who's going to be hungover, who hooked up with who. Jax, of course, has that gash above his forehead. like who's going to be, did everybody come back? Who's got handcuff marks around their wrist?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody got along. It's great. Now, Sheena takes about 0.1 seconds before pointing out, well, Stassi wasn't around, and usually the drama comes when she's around, like, all right. But like every message received, everything went pretty well.
Well, I think she's just saying what everybody was thinking. Everybody's thinking like, oh my God, look how nice this little trip went without the, Ava Braun of the mix. Like, no, thank you. And also editing is piling on a little bit, maybe just a little bit.
She may be making it easy for them to do that.
Yeah, but they are building up to this scene at the end, and so every side conversation that any of the characters are having, any grievance, is getting aired out as a way to build the rising action to that particular episode or part of the episode.
And thank God, because then we get to talk about whether Jax would give his left or right nut to sleep with Stassi again, which is wonderful. But Lisa sums it up great with like, it was just an expression. We don't need to get into actually talking about your balls, but that's just an expression, sir.
Is it an expression? I mean, I guess it is. I mean, I could say my right eye, but also too, I'm really uncomfortable with the word nut.
Rightfully so. There's no.
Yeah, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one, in almost any context except for the ones that I feed my crow friends. Yeah, I don't want you to say it. I don't want you to use it as a noun or as a verb. That is
no. Jax has a way of talking like you would deep in the kitchen, right up front at the bar in front of everyone. So that's a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're just getting it full on.
We have Kristen feels completely validated after the Tom conversation. We get a little bit of that.
She is so delusional. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she is so mixed up about Tom's actual feelings for her, and it just makes me feel sad. I mean, she obviously doesn't have any girlfriends in her life at this moment in the show, because if she was saying this stuff out loud to a actual friend instead of the producer who is just, like, eating it up with a, fork,
Yeah.
they would say,
Just like
"Girl."
more. Give it.
Yeah. And that somebody would tell her and shake her by the shoulders and say, "You are out of your mind." And like editing always does, they cut right to Tom and Ariana being real cutesy about it.
Mm-hmm. And you get a little solo Ariana too. It's like Tom's just being nice. That conversation was just that conversation. Like, he's trying to be nice. Let's all move on. And that is what he was saying. But
Well,
that pretty much leaves us exactly where we left off with them.
and
So situation
Ariana,
normal.
she uses that phrase cautiously optimistic. And I said this at the end of last show. I feel sorry for what's coming. It's like a train is coming straight for them. They can't see it. And Kristen is just like riding the rails. She is elated to have this opportunity. And they are just completely caught off guard.
Speaking of caught off guard, to the alley, the first of, I do love this episode. I've already said it. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
But there are some of the most awkward moments
God.
in the history of this show, which I've only seen about 40 of these episodes, but that's a lot. That's a good amount of Vanderpump. I've seen a lot of alley interactions. This one with Vale and Peter it's so awkward.
How is this man
Immediately.
fucking so many women? Like, how is this man getting all of the play that pretty much everyone agrees that he's getting with that kind of game? I'm like, ugh, you might as well have just came in there and took a poo on the table. And the fact
Yeah.
that she agreed to it, like, I don't know, maybe he's more handsome in person, but it's a hard sale getting over that, well, are you drunk right now?
Yeah. Also, they did agree to two different things. Like, they meet up, but they did not agree to meet up in the way the other one was thinking.
Peter renegotiated it without her consent because
That's exactly right.
Yeah, when he's telling Jax at his apartment, he tells Jax they're going on a coffee date, right? And so that is what he switches it up. But they're also sort of laboring under a couple of different ideas about the state of the things. So she kind of denies to Peter about hooking up with Jax, or having something going, a flirtation with Jax, which we know for a fact she did have one. But she leaves it open to interpretation because she got blackout. And maybe she slept with him, maybe she didn't.
She definitely says whether she did or didn't, it's like nothing's happening with the Jax situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
But she does get advice from T-shirts also.
Yes.
So I don't know. She is a little up, a little down.
Did you make it? Yeah. Did you remember what she said about God's advice about blackouts?
Well, that's from the T-shirt.
Yeah.
That God says, don't worry about it.
Yeah. There's a T-shirt that says, don't worry about it.
That's where she got it from. It's God's way of saying, she said it on the television program that we were discussing.
She said it was from a T-shirt?
She saw this T-shirt recently, and it said, God, that blackouts are God's little way of saying, don't worry about it.
You know what? We get our wisdom where we can. Okay? we're just taking it wherever we could get it.
Again, end of the day, she's not going forward with the Jack situation. I'm all for it. She is hitting on Peter a little bit, and luckily, for better or worse, that's not the end of that. We'll see.
Awkward. So let's count the awkward encounters. That's awkward
this
encounter
is a big
number one.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the next one is, this is the one where Christina and Katie are talking.
Yeah. The trip went pretty well. Katie's real nervous about Stassi. It's kind of hanging over. They haven't really talked other than that 1 second, very weird conversation in front of Lisa that we saw. And then Christina delivers the news from Stassi that her and Katie's 4-year friendship is pretty much over.
Yeah.
Just pretty much like, that's the end of a friendship, and you delivered it through someone to a former coworker and friend of yours. I mean, I think so. I don't think there's any way Christina takes that upon herself to say that.
Yeah, I was wondering
That's
that
a
because
strong.
I
That's a
don't think
strong
we
one.
saw the clear directive from Stassi, but maybe off camera or maybe whatever got cut, there was a nudge that, "Hey, you need to do this for me," which what a terrible errand to be
Yeah, and
tasked
there's
with.
no. Also, Stassi later would have been like, "I never said our friendship was over. Where did you get that idea?" There's no, there's no world in which Stassi is like, well, I never. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
she I think did have to deliver the news, however awful it was. I mean,
yeah,
no wonder she feels so trapped in this weird middleman position because she's not even like a A-list star on the show, right?
I
I mean,
know.
she's great, but she's kind of second tier. But she's in the same push and pull, but not getting the same notoriety. What I'm seeing, and that's why I
Yeah,
think she's
but
doing such a great job all the time. But Katie's staying strong here.
I like to think too that that's maybe a choice on her part. It makes me have more respect for her.
That she's not front and center as much. I
That
bet
she
so
like,
too.
she dips in and out, kinda like Peter does.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, I
I don't know if Peter's choosing that. I think that.
I do. I think yeah, I think Peter is like, he cannot I think he loses his wits when the camera's in front of him. Like, I think that he gets, like, jumbled and he doesn't know how to act. Nothing else would explain his fucking behavior when he's talking to Vale, and there's been a few other Peter incidents where he is just it's like Pinocchio, "I'm a real boy." It is so
Oh no.
hard to
Mm,
watch.
we did not. Oh boy. All right. That says it
But
right there.
but breaking up with somebody for somebody is rough.
I mean, and they've been friends for a while. We show like a little friendship reel later on. I mean, they
Yeah,
really were. There's I whatever reality TV's garbage. Like I believe they're really friends. They were friends
yeah.
before we ever saw them on this show. So
They're friends today
whatever.
in real life. Yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah.
mean to spoil it, but,
I don't
15 years
know.
later. Uh, well, so we're back in the recording session where Sheena has to sit down on the bed. Is that, where we're at?
Yeah, we're coming up on another awkward moment here.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
the Sheena. She's getting married soon.
Really,
Did you hear? Yeah,
yeah, she
Sheena's
hasn't
getting married
mentioned it.
soon. Yeah, well, she's having some seating chart drama.
It's
Wants
so
everybody in on
cool.
that. Yeah.
Assigning tables and shit like that. She's, like, going full on. Let people sit
Yes.
where they want to, everybody.
A few things for sure. She loves talking about the wedding, and she loves. If there's one thing she might love more than planning for this wedding, it's her new phrase, obvi. She loves saying obvi. I think that's half the episodes this year we've gotten it. I mean, that's a wild one, but I love it it fits for Sheena though. I like it. And Jax's dating life is ruining her seating chart,
Well, I
which
mean, I think you could just leave the phrase seating chart out, leave it blank, and everybody in that room could say, "Jax's dating life is ruining my blank," because
right.
this man's poison is just emanating out into the wild. But I don't understand why the women keep falling for it. Like, Carmen comes back to have lunch with this man, entertaining this man after she read him for filth, didn't even get her pizza. And now she's texting back and forth with him and meeting him for lunch.
Yeah. Also, Sheena drops the bomb that she is performing at the wedding.
I like my heart dropped into my butt because
Absolutely.
I was like, please don't be true. Please don't be true. Please don't be true. But haha, joke's on us.
Yeah, I think they're just tweaking Shake That is what they're working on here, it sounds like.
Yeah, but I don't know if James has the better of the two, but he definitely keeps the beat a lot better. And so maybe that is what is attracting me to whenever he does it for her, when he just demonstrates how to do it and it
Yeah.
stays on time. I mean, the bar is really low for, my
Uh,
knowledge about rap music.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, at least he's keeping
Rap.
the rhythm.
If I've got to drop one of these two people randomly into the music scene of Los Angeles 12 years ago, like, and see which one has more legs, like, James is my horse here. And not just
Yeah.
because he looks a little horsey. I just mean
Yeah.
he's the one that I'm going to bet on and be like, you'll figure out something. Like, she's more, I don't know why I have all these horse metaphors, but she's kind of a more one trick pony. And, he's
Just a
got
horse girl
more.
now.
Yeah, I'm going to Kentucky soon. So there it
That's right.
is.
You're getting
Yeah,
there.
Audrey's rubbing off.
Mhm.
I'm doing stand up tomorrow night. at the
Oh.
ha-ha hole.
Oh
And
my God. Not the ha-ha hole. What's the name of your sex tape?
we get a line from Shay, though. I think it's his biggest. It's like 2 sentences.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
It got past me. What was it?
one line, he's just talking about the seating chart situation. I think it doesn't matter. It's just, I'm just pointing out
God.
he had something.
Shay, like, have something. Have
Oh, it's
something to
about,
say.
have something to say, which is they're talking about Tom and Jax being weird at the table in Miami.
Why is he there
But
then? Why is he agreeing to film?
there's no new revelation about it. Like, they were talking about it. Like, James texted Kristen about that in the moment it was happening. Nothing new has come as of right now.
Well, this is also a build-up for a later thing that she's going to drop on a set of LA Stairs later. So I think the editors, or that's what I'm saying, they're really trying to get us to a place later, because there's some emotional investment here.
Yeah, and Kristen gets like too excited to talking about the Tom thing. Like, James is immediately unhappy with it again. Like, he is tired of the Crandoval fallout in a big way. Now, he says it's because he's Mr. Right here, but he's just tired of hearing about it. And I think we're in week 3 at least of me feeling for James, which up until a few weeks ago was a thought I thought this guy just had perennial chump on his forehead and we were going to move on down the road. Like, I have feelings about, like, I'm sorry about the situation James is in multiple weeks in a row. Not somewhere I saw us going.
My chair fell. Did you?
You just shrank. You shrank.
My chair fell. Sorry, y'all. I think Kristen has that power, right? Like, she'll make anybody the victim in a situation because she just goes so full hard. She goes so full on that it's like anybody is needs to be protected from her because she is so single-minded. And okay, well, I'm going to get to that. I've got some feelings, some real feelings.
So will she. She'll have more to say about it later, so don't worry.
I want to say this too. I have watched all 9 episodes of Love is Blind, and those men on Love is Blind Ohio make these folks look like gentlemen. Okay?
Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, you think 2015, 2014 was bad? I'd put Jax Taylor against all of them. These folks, they're trash. So I have a newfound appreciation for our WeHo dummies after watching Love is Blind.
Well, let's consider the bar where we're measuring.
It's in hell. Yeah, it's in hell. All right. Before I fell off my chair,
we're getting ready for your big lunch. We got Jax and Carmen.
Oh my gosh.
At the Sunset Grill. First time I think we're there. I was just excited because of the song, I guess. Big Don Henley.
I'm very familiar with Don Henley's catalog, sure, and I can bring it up in a moment too because it's so part of my modern frame of reference. But kids, ask your parents about Don Henley.
Maybe your grandparents. Let's see.
Yeah.
I did some digging. It's not the original Sunset Grill. They had to change the location, so don't get too excited.
Man, I mean, the what other podcast could you have this kind of in-depth reporting? It's breaking news.
Yeah. Who else could you eat lunch with who's already ordered for you and is eating off your plate? What a lovely combo. Like,
how do you feel about this move? Because
it's horrible.
Yeah. Did he only have enough money to pay for one meal?
No, I think he's paying for both. I think he kind of wanted to eat. I think he's eating his feelings that day and just felt bad because Carmen doesn't eat a thing. He's over there smacking his fucking gums off the whole time. Dipping in her sauce, and she hadn't even shown up yet. Yeah, we start with like a little bit of their breakup, and Jax recaps for us. Like, well, we broke up at a pizza place. Like, yeah, dude, we saw that. Like, I still don't know if he's learned that all these things are being recorded.
That we're watching him.
I mean, I get like reiterating, like, I mean, we broke up at a pizza place. It wasn't the best, but like, yeah, dude, I know. We know.
Was
it wasn't that
this
long ago.
Season or season 2 that him and
that's Carmen this year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
God, it feels like he's just done so much in the in-between here that it feels like a long time ago, especially with Miami. He was doing some real texting work in Miami.
Yeah, and which she immediately calls inappropriate. And then is like, what did I text you, by the way? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, I said, go be with your girlfriend. Like, that's a great answer there. Great answer.
Yeah. But she's a big talker via text, but she absolutely meets him. And then does she agree to go to the wedding, or does she agree not to, like, be mad that they're sitting together?
Yeah, they're not going together. As what we see, they don't agree to go together, but she tells Jax she's not going to stay with him that night. She tells him straight up, I don't trust you. I love when they say, like, they're not beating around the bush with him. Like, oh, like she asked if they broke up, and it takes him up, of course, awkward minute to be like, yeah,
And they
yeah. And
100% did break up, though.
right. Which he says, but she's still like, I don't believe you. And it's like, no, nor should you at all. That guy could tell you his name is Jason, and you should actually be like, no, I think it's something else, actually. I think there's something.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's already told a couple of other people that they did break up, or that it was, separating or complicated. So I've kind of lost track. I've lost the thread of what's the truth and what's false. But they for real broke up then. So Tiffany is no more.
As far as I know, she is not.
Okay.
You're kind of like, why is he even back here doing this? Like, if he can go be with whoever, but he lets us know she's the best. Carmen's the best he's ever had in the sack. And according to him, he's the best she's ever had. So
yeah,
maybe that's why they both are like half into this, like, should we get into this again? Like, at least I see a benefit, now there is no, like, I don't get it at all. Like, at least I get it a little bit. Like,
well, I'm just going to say this. Every woman has told every man she's ever slept with that she's stayed with for a little while.
Yeah.
Every relationship a woman's ever been in, she has told them that that's the best sex. So, like, I think we should take that with a grain of salt. Now, she might be excellent for him, which
right.
I'm reluctant to believe that. Like, I bet he drinks and snorts so much, I bet he couldn't if the gun was held to his head.
Yeah, he doesn't stop with the invitations, though. He even tells her, like, hey, let it ponder. Not you ponder it, but let it ponder. Which, I'm glad we're in season 12, and now we have Let It Sizzle. That should be on there. That should be on there either.
Favorite.
Yeah. I also like he tells us about his approach to Carmen with usually when I want to get back with a girl, I'd wine her and dine her and then wear her down, which there's so much to this, like, usually when you're getting back with a woman, like, this happens so much to you. You have a game, like Jax, who plans horribly for nothing, actually has a plan of attack on ex-girlfriends he wants to get back with for some reason. Like, so that's been a theme for a long time, not just the past couple of years that we've seen. But
I'm concerned with the wear her down bit.
Yes, you should be. Yes. Like, I wine her and dine her. That sounds nice. Then I just wear her down. Like, boy, that doesn't.
Yeah. Because that doesn't sound a whole lot like consent to me. That sounds a little like, no thank you. But I will say this, the men of our generation were also told, persistence is the way. Think about, like, Lloyd Dobber standing out in the rain after she had told him no. So, I mean, he is was a whole generation ahead of these people. Carmen literally just graduated college. So,
Yep.
He's working from a different model.
But I just like that it's happened that often. I don't know if anybody else has a definite playbook about that same thing.
Yeah. So we're talking about Katie, and this is Katie and Stassi, or she's like wanting to talk it out with Stassi, right? And that's what's next.
First up, we got Peter and Vale at the host stand. We got some people opening up at Sir. I hate to tell you this, but there is an awkward Vale and Peter moment here about the buttons on the shirt, which kind of hand you're using. Like, it's all horribly not well suggestive. We see Tom and Ariana, who are like the audience's view in this, like, they kind of see it and they're like, they could tilt their head like a confused dog. Like, I don't know if I like what I'm seeing here. And they shouldn't. They can't even hear it. We can hear it. Like, I think it's palpable if you couldn't even see it. Like, Tom and Ariana, always playing it cool as hell, are pretty close to like as they're watching. This is the most I've ever seen them react.
It's further proof that this man, how is he getting laid? What woman is like, wow, he's really smooth? That's what I'm saying. He just has no, like, on camera, he just sort of like Johnny Five, no disassemble. He just doesn't have it.
I do think that, you think I'm being naive when I'm like, I don't know if they, were fucking. They were just hooked up off screen, and they are 100% always doing that anyway. Peter, I think when we see him with a woman and they leave, not necessarily the case. Jax gives him about a 10% on the closing it scale. So I don't think when we see Peter paired off with somebody, that means it definitely happened. I think that
Peter
means
has
they
an
might have
announcement.
hooked
We
up.
saw Peter's big announcement in the 2026 one. Isn't he expecting a baby?
Yeah, with a Russian mob boss lady.
Yeah. Mhm. How old's Peter?
I'm going to say, let's see, what,
Early
early
40s?
40s?
I mean, if he was early 30s,
Yeah.
then that was 10 years ago. So yeah, I guess so.
I'm going to say 42-ish. Yeah.
That's not too old. I was thinking he was a little bit older, closer to my age. And there'd be no way I'd be having a baby. Well, first off, my eggs are powdered right now, but just the energy that it takes.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, for sure. But just the energy that it takes to, have a newborn. But
now is here when we get Shorty coming in and talking about a smooth dude. Yeah, he has a bad, I'm just going to say it's bad. I don't need to say like dumb or stupid or it doesn't fit. I'm just going to say it's a bad hat. And that's
okay. Bad hat. Got it. Bad hat.
Yeah, Katie's talking about the trips. Pretty much she had fun and Stassi sucks. This is when Lisa coined Stassi Island.
Yeah.
Like she's just and you and I have talked about this. Like she's kicking more and more people away from her, and Lisa straight up calls it.
I think that she even used that phrase too. That she feels like she's on an island,
Yeah.
and folks, I think Stassi's used that phrase about herself too.
Yeah, and they're all talking, and of course, here's little Sheena just pipes up out of nowhere. I'm like, why are you here? What's going on?
So, look, this is Sheena's comeback era. She's like, I had a bad season 2. There's no way I was not present for the first half of this shit. She's like, nope, I'm here. I signed up. I got the assignment. Give it. Because she is in every scene. Like, even if she's just peeking around the corner. Like she's
Lisa cuts her off. Like she's in the mole, the mole game at Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Whack-a-mole.
That's Sheena. Sheena is coming up. Lisa gives her the whack. Even though Tom Schwartz standing right in front of her wearing denim where you shouldn't have denim on your body, wearing leather in a place you shouldn't have that kind of leather on your body with that hat that just looks horrible and hot. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, the whole cast is doing some hat work. Kristen's doing some hat work later too that I was kind of like, ooh, questionable.
I know. But yeah, with that Peter and Vale one especially, another very awkward moment in this episode.
And I mean, Peter is just acting real crazy generally. You know what I mean? Just not even crazy, just like awkward generally. Even like later when Jax is coming over to like, I don't know, help him get ready or something. Just the way that he's even holding his frame. It's like he's never been on Earth before. It's like, oh, what do I do with my body, my hands? And he's acting so strange. And it's just, I don't read this from Peter before now.
No. According to my notes, that whole thing later in Peter's scene, awkward is what I have. A new phrase for this episode. Yeah.
Maybe it's the Princeton of it all. Maybe he's feeling a little intimidated by Princeton.
Well, he's going about it a weird way to cope.
Yeah.
Before that, though, we have Kristen and Rachel, who's a stand-up. We love some more stand-up action on here. I know you do.
Stop trying to make stand-up happen, Vanderpump Rules. Stop it.
Her ex is none other than Jax Taylor.
Oh, yeah. That's how they met, that little...
So she's the one that introduced Kristen and Tom.
Cursed.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little history, a little American history for us right here.
VPR lore, as the season 12 kids would say.
And wouldn't you know it, now fresh back from Miami, and here's Anne Marie, aka Miami Girl, who's threatening to come out there now. But we do get one juicy tidbit, I guess, one detail from Anne Marie.
Right. Yes.
Are you aware of what? Do you recall what this one is?
I want to make you say it. I want to make you say
You want me to say small shaved penis.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're going to get me to say small shaved penis a whole bunch. If you're going to make me say it, then I'm going to really get into
You're
it.
just going to commit to the bits.
Kristen is straight up like, that's it.
Yeah,
like that.
She's deadpan in the camera. She says, accurate. I was like, oh God. And like, what is happening in Sandoval's, bathing suit area that everybody's like commenting on it. And like, how do you shave a penis? Why do you need to shave a penis? I
It's
mean,
one of those things
I
you
have
didn't
questions.
think about his pubic hair region at all, and as soon as somebody brings it up after you've seen what he does with every other hair on his body, there's part of me that's like, well, god damn it, now I kind of just want to see it. Let's just see it. And now that I'm thinking about it, why don't you just
And
show us
wasn't
all
there a
what's going
mention?
on down there?
Yeah, and there was a mention of some shape situation or something that Kristen immediately identified. There was some markers that were
I think just small and shaved was it. I don't remember a shape. Maybe
small and shaved.
you
Ugh.
asked me to describe it, and that's all I've got
Mhm.
to work with. I am
Fair.
wondering, she said Jax told her, like, before Anne Marie got in touch with her, that Jax is the one that told her. So there's still something weird
Well, so
there.
they're
I don't know
yeah, well,
what exactly.
they're in a gossip cycle, like, like that snake
Oh,
eating its tail because, so, like, Kristen's getting this from a third party, but that third
Ouroboros.
party yes, Ouroboros, it's a very hard word for me to say, but, like, she's getting it from it's just that the machine is feeding itself. There is no empirical evidence, there's no third source verification, it's just all of it is just cycling around, and now I think next week we might get some
Yeah, yeah,
evidence. I tried to
yeah.
get you to watch that one too, but you held off on it because this is gonna be a doozy next week too.
I couldn't get past this one, but now is when we go to Peter's apartment.
This is weird.
But it starts off with, it's like, hey man, he's talking to Jax, like, I see you're on your phone again. It's like, yeah, I'm doing some work stuff.
What works
What are we classifying as work stuff that Jax is doing out in Peter's hallway on the phone?
is Tinder work stuff? Is taking a picture of your junk and texting it to people unsolicited? Is that a work stuff? Because just hold on to that in 2012. You could, 2025, you could be making money off that.
Yeah,
Jax was ahead of
yeah.
his time. He was ahead of his time.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, a pioneer, I'm sure.
I mean, 2014 Jax would kill on OnlyFans. He would kill.
Absolutely.
Because he would have no
I
boundaries.
hate to tell you this, but I thought about it out of nowhere the other day. I was like,
Mhm.
man, I don't know when that started, but if it had at the same time Vanderpump started and he went down that road
Man,
instead, roll with
everybody
it.
in America would have seen Jax Taylor's penis.
Yeah. Not small and shaved or small and shaved. We don't know.
I don't know. He is smaller than he looks in terms of height, so it could go either way.
But Peter's talking about his date he's awkwardly talking about him and Vale awkwardly going to go out after she was quote unquote all over him.
Wait, no, we cannot blow past that. That is a mischaracterization of what happened.
Yeah,
In
it
a big
is.
way. And it's gross that Peter would tell that story out loud. Like, Peter is typically a little bit more gentlemanly, or at least he's muted his dirtbag. But that is a really gross, that really screams, high school boy telling his friends that he slept with his girlfriend when he didn't. That is not nice. Shame on you,
Yeah.
Peter.
To top it off, this is when Jax starts talking about how he's got zero game. Not a good look for anybody on the show to have their good friend and using his confessional time to talk about how you have zero game. They both go down the roster of SUR employees that they've slept with. This is
Mhm.
classy. This is just a nice thing to air out there.
Yeah. They're just also incestuous too. They're all just out here like fucking each other.
Yeah.
It's just like one big connected chain that, get I don't know. And isn't it too so also is this where Peter admits that he chose Stassi over Katie, or is that later?
No, he told Vale that,
That's what I'm saying. He told her
which
that,
is
but like he was seeing them at the same
bizarre.
time. Yeah. He was seeing them at the same time. And also, I don't think we appreciate Katie enough in this particular podcast. I think that we should really
I think I think we've given her appropriate
not enough.
yeah.
Not enough.
I'm with you.
This
I'm with you. It can't be enough.
this is a
Why
Katie Maloney Stan podcast.
are you talking about how great Katie is just to get away from talking about the Peter bedroom situation?
What? Yes. Also, are
He's
they
going
also
on a date that day. There's potential for a woman to come back to his apartment
oh,
that day. I'm not saying it looks good if no one's coming over there, but I've been a single guy a couple of years younger than Peter before.
mhm.
Your house, you're getting it in order, you know? If there's a chance, like, I'm going out, I'm thinking about it, like, take a look around, my man, you know?
I mean, at the very least, wash the sheets.
He kinda looks like he's like when Jax even pointed out, by the way, Jax pointed out how messy her place is. Let's
You
just
know what, though? Remember when we visited Jack's apartment? It was very neat. Patrick Bateman had a very neat apartment as well. I
Yes,
think
there's a lot of
Jack
things that get you to clean up if you're got a lot of extra energy around the house and you're the only one there and you happen to be awake all night. It's very easy to keep your house in order.
as
But
much as we talk about cocaine, it really wants to make me be a drug addict, allegedly. We talk about cocaine a lot on this podcast.
we have a hard enough time corralling ourselves to do this without any. I
Fair
don't know if
enough.
that's going to add to it.
Yeah.
Or,
Don't want
but
me on
Peter doesn't
cocaine.
even look convinced. Like he's looking at the bed like, do I need to change it? Like, dude, the pillowcases aren't even on all the way. Let's do something over here.
Was the mattress on the floor or did he have a bed
On the
frame?
floor. Oh, no.
Oh,
He's
my
on
God.
and then like there's open condom wrappers around. I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
Making a
Awkward.
note of Peter's disgusting bedroom to check out later.
Well, don't worry about a crappy bedroom because we've got a nice, roomy, luxurious studio for you to examine in the upstairs of Stassi's apartment up next.
Where she's getting her statement necklace business off the ground.
Sunday, I've already said a bunch of things in this episode were awkward. I sat up in a way,
Yeah.
I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. I sat up the first time I watched this so quickly and sharply, like I just like Poltergeist had flipped on in the middle of the episode. And again, when it happened the second time, I was like, I did myself a disservice by not reminding myself this was coming up. Yeah, she's doing statement pieces and her chevron paintings, and that's in her studio.
Her studio.
Yes. And we went from a very awkward and messy Peter's bedroom to, I think, more awkward. I felt very short of breath when we went to Stassi's studio tour inside her apartment to see what she's been up to lately.
This is the same room that she promised to be a nursery one day, yes?
I'm not sure. I think there might be another room up there. This one seems like it's definitely claimed, for something we've admired on her for a while, her statement pieces. So she's showing them off one by one.
When she held that necklace up and the camera went in, what did you think? Like, what did you think?
I thought my TV had switched over to the movie Poltergeist, and that's what my spine felt like as well. I shot up like real life. I was just asking you the other day about seeing ghosts. We were talking about if we have seen what our... This is what I would feel. This is the feeling I want to happen to me when I finally have my supernatural occurrence in life. This is how I expect to feel, except it was a 24-year-old showing off her hobby room to people, and I couldn't stand it.
Okay.
It caught me off guard both times.
I was like, what in the Ren Fair garbage is this? It looked like she was like doing found art. I mean, it was so lopsided and it was not refined in any kind of way, which it doesn't seem like that would be Stassi's medium, right? Like it doesn't seem like she would be kind of the folk art kind of girl. And it was just janky and she's doing it by hand. And I am never one to poo on a hustle. I love a hustle. But girl, you got all that time and that's what you came up with? Ooh, back to the drawing board.
It's funny you say hustle because when she's talking about like, everybody thinks I'm just a person with a pretty face and I wear cute clothes and I have all this money and blah, 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 while kind of like complimenting herself also.
The humble brag,
So she's defending her hustle is what I said. And that receives thunderous silence from Jeremy and Jen and Christina. I mean, no, it's a couple like, you get a couple of these like,
The way they were not reacting was shady boots. The editors were like, let me linger on here. But I don't know. When was Etsy When did Etsy become a thing?
Etsy was around. Etsy was definitely around. Yeah.
So maybe that was her idea, is that she was going to
a little shop.
set up a shop before Etsy got, gobbled up by capitalism and corporate greed.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'll do this, handmade. I'll pimp it out on the show, which is a very Bravo housewifey thing to do. Is like, here's my very shoddy product. Please order it. A lot of people order it from the show and they never deliver. So, I would be very curious to see how many necklaces she actually sold.
Yeah, I'm also not knocking the hustle at all. I do like that we're seeing she's up to something. I think it's her showing off and defending it that made me just uncomfortable. And it seemed the apartment reeks of also no Georgia Glass. I know we spoke earlier and we know that we will meet George Glass soon, but that apartment tour reeked of no one else is going to live here anytime soon.
Echoing down the halls. George Glass. But, surely though, there's some sort of tacit agreement that, okay, you're filming today, I'm going to get gone. Because they don't even talk about him. He must be just anti Vanderpump Rules generally, because she doesn't even mention him. Like, I imagine the last 2 times he got mentioned was other people talking about it.
Right.
So,
but it'll happen, I guess. So we have to we have
the
to
finale,
wait. I hope it's worth it.
We're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting finale, I think.
Katie comes, they started asking her about then, and then Stassi goes from, lovely tour guide to she blows up immediately, talking about she not only is willing to throw away their friendship, she wants deep remorse from Katie. And why would she go to the dark side? Like, in what way is someone else the dark side?
Well, exactly. That is the pot calling the kettle black in that way. And she also bristles at Katie sending a text, and she spelled it out. I wrote it in my notes, H-E-Y. I mean, I think that was, Katie's way of sort of dipping her toe in. And I don't know if that was the only text that she received.
Yes.
Katie's story is that she's been texting and calling and texting and calling. Well, now Stassi's story is that she sent her one H-E-Y and expected that. And she doesn't respond to lame texts.
Yeah, I'm going to go on Katie's side on this one. Let me that's a vote for Katie on this one.
Always. Yeah.
But luckily that's short-lived that we're up there. But the awkward train has not stopped at all.
No, we just went from one awkward stop to the next one. And this one was hard to watch. I had to force myself, Soylent Green style, to keep my eyes on this, because Peter, what are you doing, man? You bait and switch her on a coffee and a wine date, and then when she balks, you still do it. And
she even used the term aggressive. It's aggressive for you to be drinking at this. She does blame it on the time, and he gives the whole, it's 5:00.
Well, Belle's new here. If she thinks the drinking during the day is an aggressive move, she just showed her new card. Like, yeah, we got it. You're a newbie.
The card is, I want you to treat this as a coffee date, like we talked about. Yeah. Not have one. That's it. She's not like, oh my God, who would ever? She's obviously been around some shit. They weren't waiting until nighttime in Miami or anything.
Well, too, but didn't it kind of seem like she walked into that date with kind of a chip on her shoulder already? Almost like she didn't want to be there. And I was going to say, nobody forced you. You're not a hostage. You said yes. We watched that very, very unsettling exchange where he asked you out. And now you're here kind of begrudgingly. And I just didn't like it. Just be nice as long as you are. This is your manager too, by the way.
I think she wants to talk to the manager in a coffee meeting type fashion. I think it's Peter's quick, bottle of Malbec. And she's like, no, shut the shit down. I don't want this. She, says it is not a date. We are definitely not on the same page, she says. So,
Peter thought it was a date day. He straightened his hair and everything.
Well, then he went to make his move when he was going to charm a lady. You know what his move for charming a lady is, right?
Tell me. Tell the people.
Well, he looks in her eyes, and it all works.
And that's Vale. I'm out. I'm out.
Just like that. That's when she calls him awkward.
But I don't know. I just am so incredulous that this is actually his move. You think this man, Peter Madrigal, is sitting across from women, staring into their eyes awkwardly, and their panties are dropping? Yeah,
that's
I don't. No, but Vale says, nope.
Yeah, and if the panties are still on, don't worry. He's going to call himself Eskimo Brothers with Jax Taylor. And there we are.
Yes. And runs down the roster of the girls he slept with.
Yes. Also
Katie,
that.
and then Stassi. But then he was seeing Katie and Stassi at the same time. So then he had to choose. And like a genius, chose Stassi over Katie, which that really didn't age very well. And then is proceeding to tell this woman all about it on their dates. I've had some bullshit dates. I'm going to tell you right now. I had some bullshit dates. And I had a man take me to Hooters one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a girl want me to meet her at her job at the car dealership and sit in the waiting area while she got off. No, thank you.
Oh, like a potential customer.
I guess.
She's just trying to up her numbers.
That's right. She was trying to get them numbers up.
You were just padding stats right here.
I mean, but it was just hard to watch. I'm always going to root for our boy Peter, Captain Morgan.
Yeah. You've been wanting more Peter? Here's what you get when you get more Peter.
I regret it. I regret it so much. But she goes back though. Vale, I don't know. Vale might be a secret villain.
I think there's more to her. I hope we get to hang out with her for a little bit. Yeah.
After that shenanigans she pulled in Miami looking at Kristen's phone, and then
that really got your attention.
Yeah, that's a red flag. And then the weirdness about Jax, how she was hot and cold, and then like I don't know. I don't know that she is the good guy that we imagined, because she went straight back to Sir and told all about her and Peter's weird exchange.
What, as opposed to what?
I just don't like the timber of the exchange. I think she could have been a little more generous with it. Because, and also too, these women have already slept with him. They know what kind of game he is. She could have been like, yeah, man, it went exactly like you thought it was, instead of just openly janking on him.
I like Peter also, but on this one, this is a bust, capital B, capital U, all the way down. It's a bust.
You can't win them all. You can't win them all. And Vale is 0 for 2 now. 0 for 2.
Yeah. But one more awkward scene in this one.
Yeah.
And then an awkward interstitial. Also, little.
Yeah. This is the one. So LBB, you shot the interstitial as LBP when she was like, absolutely not. You're not doing this. Keep it in your pants, sir.
This is the dog. She goes to the alley to see somebody. I don't know who. Do you know who this is that's walking the dog?
I don't know. But I have a previous history with Lisa Vanderpump, so I have more insight into it. Like, she is very much a charity, an activist for animal rights, specifically dogs. She goes so this is absolutely on brand for Lisa, and I love it that people who may not know her that well are like, what is this woman doing? Like, what psychosis is she executing? Because she is like flirting with him and sexy man. Look at this sexy thing.
That's it.
It is just very, very Lisa Vanderpump of her to do that. But I don't know. I guess maybe they were just walking down the street and she flagged them down. Who knows?
She tells the dog that she would do doggy style with the dog. She told the dog that she would do puppy sex if that's what the dog was into.
Well, can we just
gave it a woof. Now, I'm all about charity. Aren't we getting, and I love Lisa. I'm just saying, aren't we gray in the area a little bit here?
Also, too, if the logistics of doggy style, then Lisa would have to be the one.
No.
She would be the one
Sunday, stop sketching. Put the pad down. Stop sketching right now.
I was just saying, that was just a very unflattering analogy to make about
her. I have to get you to log out of your Canva account before you go too wild on this. And
yes, exactly. But meanwhile, Canva, draw a sketch of Lisa Vanderpump.
I hope it was just a stranger walking down, and this lady is probably like, what the?
Yeah. She's salivating over that dog.
Yeah. We're back to Sir for more weirdness right away.
Yeah.
Peter and Vale see each other after the date. And guess what? It's weird as shit.
Yeah. Also, too, both of these folks shared a bottle of wine before they went to work.
No, just Peter drank most of it. I think she had a little bit.
So Peter turned up lit to work. Just Peter. Perfect. Cool. So
Peter's done with girls at Sir, though. I mean, he wouldn't even date Taylor Swift at the time if she worked there.
Yeah. Taylor Swift, yeah, she was of age. Yeah, she was of age.
She was about 24, 25.
Which is right in Peter's window. It might even be too old for Peter. Taylor Swift may be too old for Peter at this time.
I gave it a maybe also.
Yeah, well, he quickly gave it a maybe too. He was like, yeah, I probably would. And of course he did.
Yeah, he comes clean to Jax, though, about the date being awkward and getting awkward. And
the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
He calls it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like Jax had some foreknowledge about how it might go.
Definitely.
He wasn't even really worried about it. He was like, I knew this was going to be real bad. Peter's just, not got any game whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, he's hammering that home real good. But we have them talking about the date as we have Vale and Katie talking about it. Like the coffee went from coffee to wine, and that was weird. And then you get Peter and Jax and Lisa. Lisa brings up, this is just post this big dog thing. She's like, well, didn't he like your sloppy seconds before or something? I mean, Lisa,
sloppy seconds.
I mean, even Jax and Peter are like taken aback. In both of these scenes, they are like, she's on one right now.
She be using Jax as a narrative tool any way she can. Like any way she can wedge him in there and do something at his expense to further a story. She's like, you're it. And Jax loves it. He eats it up. Any attention is good attention for Jax.
That's exactly right. Maybe the less on Peter right now, the better. But Katie gets to welcome Vale to the club. You broke it in. You went on a date with somebody here. It happens to the best of us. Here we are.
I want to say quick too, I really love Vale's look where she's kind of got like minimal makeup and then she has that really red lip and then that
bright red.
And then the high black neck. It looks really classy, probably too classy to be hostess in it, sir. But she just looks like Peter's her chauffeur. It just like she's a rich lady that hired Peter to drive her around. It was a really good look. I really like that.
She also takes this opportunity to voice her support for Katie and the whole Stassi Katie scenario. Vale just wants to throw it out there. She's on Katie, so we love that.
No familiarity bias, though, because Vale doesn't know much about Stassi, but I guess she knows enough about her to not be on her side.
A vote for Katie is a vote for good. I think
That's right.
We'll take it. Yeah, we're not.
That's right.
We're not making it up.
If one person votes for Stassi, that means I'm dead. Okay, so like.
James and Kristen, we get to hang out with them for a little bit over at Birds.
More of this, and also too, this hat work is this one looked like she pulled it out of her back pocket. It was all misshapen, and she's trying to talk real serious business with James. Meanwhile, that hat is so wonky on her head.
It is like it's placed just so where it can only fit how it is sitting on there, and if it gets moved at all, it's gone for.
Like a medieval Keebler elf situation, like they wear.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the hat work in the summer. But of course, their summers are very different from us. So this is where, I want to talk about what she talks about Sheena, but she is still talking about freaking Miami. And this is where she kind of
that's it. Yeah,
loops James in that the girl might come. And like I said, I watched this really quickly this time. I usually watch it with a much more critical eye, but I couldn't get a read on James's reaction. Did he seem like on board with the girl coming? Yeah, or did he seem like, no, that's not a great idea? Because like
no,
with her, but his body language was kind of belying a different feeling about it, and I couldn't get a sense of what he was doing.
He is agreeing with her, but not only if you've been watching for a few weeks, if you just overheard this conversation, it is glaringly obvious this dude is over this conversation. Please, can we talk about something else? Like, I mean, give me your opinion on Sheena's breathy rap voice, horny rap voice we're talking about. But also, like, please stop talking about this Anne-Marie. And then it's like, oh, can you imagine if she comes in to Sir? And I mean, James knows that she's gone. She calls herself out like we have before around here lately. Like, I know I seem like an evil queen right now. I'm like, that's all I've been saying about you is a cartoon evil queen.
Yeah, I mean, that's a humble brag for her. I think that is part of what makes her feel good, whether it's healthy or not, which we know that it's not. But I think the revenge taking or the justice seeking that she's doing is some kind of, it's feeding that wound. And I think she thinks that it is making her feel better. And I think that she perceives that it'll right the ship or a little bit, or at least feel the hole. But it is absolutely making it worse. And at this point, everybody is so alienated from each other that and they're keeping each other apart. Stassi's on her own island. Katie and Schwartz are, true love in it. So they're kind of in their thing. Sheena's got a wedding. And so they're all sort of having these things. And that becomes harder and harder for me to watch. And the more Kristen performs this particular archetype, the evil queen archetype, the more it distances her from the original narrative. And she's losing the plot here, but it's real good TV. It's real good TV. It's riveting to watch this woman just go at it.
It is interesting, but whatever, 8 or 9 weeks of it now is just all right, let's put up or shut up. And it's coming.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, you if you want to talk about your Sheena porn voice rap, then
I mentioned earlier about I don't want to poo on anybody's hustle. I think it is one of the worst possible things a human being can do is to yuck another person's yum.
Yes,
right?
Covered that here for sure.
Yes. So Sheena has already admitted that this is not her, biggest accomplishment. But she says, I really love it. It's important to me. I want to work at it. She's the only one working. And I like it and I want to do it. And for Kristen to be so snarky and calling it a porn rap and stuff, why don't you do it then, ma'am? Get your boyfriend Beats over here to get you something. I just think it is one of the smallest forms of criticism, and it makes you look really petty because we're all out here fighting for our lives, Jeff. If something can give us joy, then let me have it. Let her have it. And if you think it's dumb, write it in your journal because, it is a little dumb. She's not out here freaking John Lennon, but it's important to her. And they're friends.
Well, supposedly, she does hog up most of her time also while talking about Tom and Miami Girl. So, friendship seems like it's in Kristen's vocabulary for sure, but I don't know if right now she's taking that. She has the room for that.
They ought to put $1 in a jar every time that she says Tom Sandoval or Miami Girl. They wouldn't even have to work. Fuck you, sir. I'm rich. Because she said it, Miami Girl, and we're going to get it. And I remember when this came on, of course, I don't remember the details or whatever, but Miami Girl was a trending hashtag on Twitter back then.
Yeah.
It was, you could see everybody was just going for it because the Miami Girl was the phrase. This is the Miami Girl era. If you know, you know. And this woman, she ought to get some kind of, residuals for it. I know that we're only going to see her face once, probably next week. But damn, she is a very present mover in this moment, in this episode, in this season, I guess.
She comes up a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I know her. Yeah.
Yeah. Miami Girl, we hardly knew ye.
Enough with the awkwardness, though. It's on to my real story. Not Miami Girl. You can go away. I'm more concerned about the Stand Against Stassi that we have coming up here. This is big. This comes out of kind of nowhere to me.
I think too, and I'm going to let you catch us up, but I just want to say, I think this is one of the only moments that we saw Stassi's very tough facade crack a little bit, where she wasn't playing the character of Stassi. Towards the end of the conversation, you could tell the more Katie, stood her ground, and you could see it was just this. You could see Stassi sort of peeking out behind the the mask, and
her lizard skin being exposed from underneath.
I was thinking the monster and Stranger Things, but So anyway, run it down for us.
She gets to a place, like you're saying, she loses the narrative easier because I think it's more of a fake thing. And I'll start going us through, but I think Katie's is based more in how she really feels than a character she's portraying with Stassi, because she starts off rough. They decide to meet up. It's been rough for a couple of weeks with these girls who went from very best of friends to not even exchanging texts. And Stassi has advice for Katie to repair the friendship, to just kind of shut up and nod along politely. that sounds like a real friend. Like, you need to say you're sorry. I know she's upset because you found out through Sheena about her going.
Yeah, but
And despite whatever Katie did, like, it wasn't hard enough. It just wasn't enough. She didn't
yeah.
try enough for
And
Stassi. She didn't fight for her.
you're exactly right about losing the plot of it too, because if you zoom out a little, like, Stassi, you are mad that this woman went on a trip with her boyfriend, but she's so in the weeds of it that she can't get over the betrayal of it. Like, that is the tree that she can't see because of the forest, or vice versa. And she is doubling down. And every time she does, she gets farther and farther and farther away from the point. And that's what I think Katie gets frustrated because she's trying to get her to just adjust her perspective just a little, and Stassi won't do it.
No, she even comes up with, like, maybe we weren't even real friends then, if you're not fighting for me. And then we see that real, of the stuff they've been through, just that
I
we've seen, which
know.
is such a small part of what they've actually been through in real life. I mean, they've been through a lot just being on the show, just working together, relationship things going on. And, which I think is a maneuver to get Stassi from having to admit anything about how she really feels. Like, well, maybe we weren't really friends then. So now I don't have to discuss that I maybe did you wrong also, just because I'm the one that feels bad.
And Stassi
Katie's,
she relies on the other people to be emotionally vulnerable, typically because she bullies them into it. And that keeps a buffer between her and her real feelings, just like you're saying. That I don't know if we've ever, besides right now, even when she broke up with Jax, do you ever
right.
remember her sort of like falling apart? Maybe whenever she found out about Vegas Girl, right? Like, that was.
Yeah. No,
But she was.
inside a pickup truck. Yeah. She got emotional, but I didn't really
Yeah.
see it.
Yes. But
I
yes,
heard it.
she always sort of like off puts it onto the other person. And if they're not emotional enough, if they're not sorry enough, if they aren't performing, regret
Yeah.
enough, then she takes that personally. And
When
Katie wasn't having that shit though. Katie was like, mm-mm.
No, Stassi tells her where she's at, and it's time for, if there's going to be an emotional, oh, I'm so sorry reaction, this is it. But Katie's reaction is straight up, I'm insulted. I don't want to be disrespected. You want to talk about loyalty with me? And, like, Stassi starts to interrupt her and, shut the fuck up, Stassi, is what we're getting from little Miss Maloney over here. Bravo. Thank you. Saying
Yeah,
what's been on everybody's mind.
for
Like,
sure.
it's not all about you. Like,
There it
I'm
is.
doing this for my relationship. I'm doing this for the people I work with. There are so many other people involved. You didn't like it. It is you against the world all the time because you make it that way all the time. I
Yep.
mean, I just wrote down, I was like, go, Katie, go. Like, I don't even need to write anything else. Like, you got it. You got this.
And
Like,
Stassi is incapable of conceiving of the concept of it's not all about you, because I don't even think that she can see past her own ego about her own perspective. Like, what do you mean it's
no.
not about me? Then what else is there? If it's not about me, what else exists outside my particular identity bubble? And Katie is just going hard. Telling her it's not all about you is probably one of the worst things you could probably say to Stassi Schroeder.
And if that's not the worst, when she really starts losing it is, and I'm going to beat this dead horse some more and more, when Katie brings up her boyfriend and the two of them being supportive of each other, that's when Stassi starts losing it. It's every time it gets to something about somebody else's relationship, you see that crack really happens, and it does here. And I mean, I get it. Like, I wanted to go on the trip. You never wanted me to go. Like, so what? I went. Like, we're
I
grown-ups
mean,
here. Get over it.
exactly. And, all of our suppositions about George Glass, I think, really contribute to this. Maybe Stassi's jealous. She wants her boyfriend to come on the show and maybe not pour a drink on her, but at least take a cast trip with her at the very least. And she's just so mean about it. Like, you've met those people, like, when they get upset or embarrassed, they cry, or like
Yeah,
anger is the only emotion that they have. That's Stassi. Stassi has only one emotion. She cannot differentiate between hurt or like whatever it is, unpack whatever she's feeling. It's always just anger. You know what? You betrayed me. I'm mad. I'm mad.
exactly what she hears from
Mhm.
Katie. She's like, you wake up every day, like, I don't want to wake up angry and upset. every day like you do. You know, I mean,
It was
we've
so
been
funny.
saying that. Yeah.
This is what Stassi does, though, because so Katie says that, I don't want to wake up angry, blah, 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 every morning. Stassi's like, I don't wake up every morning. And like 2 sentences later, she says, I mean, I just got so mad that blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you just ran face first into empirical evidence that you do that. Like, you're mad. And she didn't even, without any irony, without any self-consciousness.
No. And she even says, speaking of no irony, she's like, I don't want, you know, I don't want to have to be around these people. Like, you don't have to be around these people. Why? You are choosing to be around these people. Like, you're making necklaces and doing paintings. Go to a market, get involved with the artist community. You know, like, go get some other friends. If you're so upset with these friends, make a move.
Right. And you're not a
Do
hostage
something.
on this show either. You can absolutely leave this show. You can find another outlet for you. Nobody's forcing you to do that. So don't get mad and don't begrudge everybody for the decisions that you made. And also to the decisions her boyfriend's making on her behalf.
Also, again, you just said like the 10th, like that is what Katie tells her. Like, no one was worrying about me. I take care of myself and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Boom.
And she leaves her sitting there with her triangle. And I have told you before about the triangle. Yeah.
Triangles come in clutch a lot this year. Yeah.
Bravo. Yeah. Bravo. It's the dab in the corner. Bravo is the real, you know, it's everywhere. Every show, there's a triangle.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is the, like, a critical mass for hate and isolation, or are we going to see more weeks of Stassi being a bitch about it?
It's like I said, she makes it Stassi against the world. And when you're against the whole world, I don't think that's going to melt away in 1 week. I think she sits in it. I mean, what's she going to do? Say she's wrong about it? Not the Stassi I know.
I'll say, have we ever seen Stassi say she was wrong about anything ever? Like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't write down the scenes from next time. Was that the end?
More Stassi versus the world. Miami girl is in the house. Also,
I did see. I saw her.
You check this out. There's a noise Sheena makes at some point, and
can you do it?
I don't know. I can't get up there. There's no way. Just check it out, everybody.
Okay, all right. And now, if I see it, will I never ever be able to unsee it now once I have plucked it out?
Yes, your dog Goldie will also hear it and possibly go crazy at it.
Okay, well, now it's on my radar for sure. Listen, I hate to talk about women's looks too, but Miami girl looks like her face is too small for her head. Like, there's just too much negative space around her facial features.
I cannot wait to look at this.
Yeah, and I think she's redheaded too. So
she is a red. Yeah,
it doesn't make it better or worse. Okay, so I did have some because the youth, but I did not have any because the past.
You know, we've thrown it out there before. Slaving Away seems to get really thrown around the line that we've tried to reel that one in.
Yeah.
I think I was so put off by a lot of this episode for its awkwardness. I maybe wasn't watching as much, so I don't know if I actually saw as much. I didn't see a lot of because the past. I was caught up in scribbling the word awkward in my notes 722 times.
You need to do a shorthand for it next time. I only watched it once, so that's why I didn't really get a keen eye on it. But I will now remark on Peter's bed on the floor. That is a very specific young person's game. You know, once you reach a person of a certain age, I need a little bit of lift on that. And, you know.
When does the man who, like, if you're 32 and you're on the mattress floor situation, when do you move up?
I mean, I feel like 32, we're past that threshold at this point.
Well, I would agree. As a guy who's been a 32-year-old man, that's you're about 15 years past where that's acceptable.
Spiritually, I think Peter is probably about 23 or 24 because the youth, or maybe because past, using the word nut, like, you know, my left nut, you know what I mean.
It's an expression, says Lisa.
Yeah, apparently. That's news to me.
No, I know the phrase. Jack's actually used it right also. Way to go.
I know, that's crazy.
You got any more?
I don't think so. I was writing a note for myself about my LVP.
Well, all right. Who's this chump?
Vale.
Vale's a chump.
Yes,
Okay.
Vale's the chump.
Let's hear it.
Okay, only for, like, she's beautiful. I just want to say that matters little about personality. I just want to know that I find her to be really beautiful, and that maybe that distracted me because she has a countenance that seems like it would be very nice and accommodating. But the more we get to know her, the more, I don't know, she's got playground bully energy. Like, she's going to take your lunch money and give you a wedgie. I just find the way she acts, like, she was throwing herself at Jax when she thought he was, like, cool guy. But once she saw that he wasn't cool guy and possibly would give her herpes, she got the ick and was out. And then she accepted a date in good faith with Peter and then acted, put away that he was there. Okay. Say no to the date. I've mentioned the Katie's phone situation. I will never emotionally recover from her looking at Kristen's phone. Then, and the way she just, like, gossips about folks, how she's really quick to say something about people. I don't know. I just feel like she is a closet villain.
So you're not into the cast member here who dates around with other people and gossips about the other people they work with?
She's new here, Jeff. You gotta be.
I feel like
Also,
that
you know what?
means check. I am
Maybe,
newer to the Bravo verse, but that seems.
maybe she's my chump because she disappointed me. Is that a better reasoning?
I
I had
think
high hopes for her.
I had her in running for LVP because when she gets to these guys and she
What?
takes upon further inspection, she in the running for LVP. I didn't give it to her, but
Call the police.
I think upon further inspection on Peter, she's like, no, thank you. Upon further inspection on Jax Taylor, she says, no, thank you. I'm going to go hang with Katie in the kitchen and talk shit about these dudes. That sounds right on to me. I'm all about it.
Okay. Well, okay. Who is your LVP then? Or we're doing chump, right?
I need Kristen Doty to get a new song because I've heard the other song that she has sung 5 million times. The Miami Girl, Tom cheated. Let me get rid of Ariana. It's the same verse, even, like, just change it up a little, like, and talking shit about Sheena every now and then doesn't count. You've always sprinkled that in also. Like, I need something different.
Like, what is she even going to do when she gets over Tom and Ariana? Like, what is even going to her storyline going to be? Like, I mean, does she even have a personality that is not revenge on an ex-boyfriend?
I think, instead of taking the time to Instagram message all these strangers across the country, she used to go on, like, acting tryouts and then would go. She has her own little music stuff. We've seen her playing the guitar. Like, I think she used to do, like, more yoga and stuff or something we'd see. Like, she does a little walking this time, but I think she used to have a lot more going on. And now it's just, it's all right here.
Being a full-time crazy ex-girlfriend is a job, right?
She has made it into
She's got to put in the work. But can you imagine the hours that her and James spend laying in the bed and she's looking at her phone, DMing everybody she can, and James is just sitting there, like, watching his TiVo, being like, "Hey man, I exist. Look at me." And she's like, "Not right now." And she's like, "Click, click, 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 click." She probably knows this woman's social security number. They are best friends. She has everything about her. She's been DMing this woman since day one. She may not have instigated it, but she has perpetuated it, and I will never believe anything else.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's what Vale should have looked at, her damn Instagram DMs. Now that's juicy.
Next time, don't put it past her.
I know Vale's a sneaky Pink Pantherin over there.
Well, hit me
current
with
references only. Current references.
Skipping that. All right, hit me with this LVP.
Christina Kelly.
All right.
I know that she is your heart and soul, but I think she's in a tough position because, Stassi is so demanding of her time and her faithfulness and all of that.
Yes.
But she does a good job. Even if she doesn't come, like, full on at Stassi, it's like, you're being crazy, you're being unfair. She is kind of like, the voice of reason. Like, hey, Stassi, chill with her boyfriend. Like, maybe we could just be cool. How about a conversation? And I like it that she is brokering without taking sides. And I think the rest of these dummies could really take a cue from Christina. She was mean a little bit last week, but she's back. She's off her bullshit now.
Yeah. Honestly, she was mean, like, for Christina. Like, if some of that stuff flies out of some of these other people's mouths, we don't bat an eye, like, it's just that it was Christina, especially me. I was so big on her she's such a team player. It's positive for everybody. Like, fuck those people in Miami. I was like, my girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, that disappointment. See, she could have been your chump last week just for disappointing you, because that is the criteria that I used for bail.
She was.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me that I live in the earth. Listen to our show, folks. I might be reminded. So next week, I'm going
my
to
LVP also is
I know I'm out of control today. Please,
Katie Maloney. She is amazing. Yeah. She is wonderful. She has been right on top of my faves from the jump. She takes no shit in this one, which is fucking great. Even Schwartz reels it in around her. Like, he comes in and he's wearing something stupid, but he didn't say that much stupid stuff. So that's fine. One thing at a time. But she's
reeled it in with him.
She's dealing with that, Yeah. But she stands up for herself. She stuck with it, saw an opening, and really went more straightforward than was like, oh, maybe not right now. She went for it, without screaming or too much name calling, and kept it sensible. And it was great. If you're going to walk out of that conversation, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. She was really, and she looks so pretty. I don't know if she's like taking the NAD or maybe it's just, all the sex that her and Schwartz are having, but she's got a real glow about her these days.
Yeah. I think she's trying, she's more living her best. Her shoulders are a little lighter these days about 105 pounds lighter for some reason.
Oh, imagine that. Sheena's mentioned it a couple of times. I am going to, when we hang up, immediately go watch episode 13. I mean, I need it.
I probably
just
am
want it
also.
I just want it. I need the payoff because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a pretty heavy Kristen episode from what the previews and stuff say too. So.
Volume wise, it definitely is, because that's who Sheena is hollering at. They're hollering at each other whenever whatever's about to fucking goes down. It's going to be a good one.
Hype for it. I will take notes this time, and I will not be so unprepared for class. I do not like to show up unprepared, and I felt on my heels this whole time.
No one knows about that. Only the magic gets let out of the box. Come on.
Well, I like to be, transparent, full disclosure.
Yes.
We are covering season 12, but I think that it is starting to wind down. We watched the penultimate episode last week, this week on Tuesday, when this show will come out on Friday morning. So so next week is the finale. Then we get a reunion, and then I don't know if we get
at least one reunion.
Yeah, and then a secret's revealed, maybe.
Yeah, which is just a blooper from their OnlyFans stuff.
I mean, I can only hope, because if I have to see Angelica's dumb face for one more episode, I cannot. The most interesting thing about her is her boob job at this point. So, allegedly. Also, we are spending some time revamping our YouTube and our Instagram. And if you want to watch this episode, I think I'm going to pop those over there to YouTube, and you can see our faces. You can see me fall, my chair fall, all that good stuff. See me drinking my wine. See Jeff looking very generous and kind against my brattiness. And, send us an email if there's something you want to cover. We are always looking for fun things to do. I am trying to talk Jeff into the America's Next Top Model. We just have to find the time to do it. So, express your wants and wishes for that.
Otherwise, yes, please be in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all very much for listening.
Yep. All right. We'll see you next time.